Welcome to Boozy Movies, where making cocktails and watching movies is what we do.
No kidding.
We're making 2 drinks for the movie Pulp Fiction today. Isn't that right, Pumpkin?
Sure is, honey bunny.
In Pulp Fiction, a bunch of criminals casually navigate their messy lives through a series of completely unrelated, non-linear events, because who doesn't love a good puzzle with no clear solution? Between accidental shootings and bizarre philosophical debates, the film teaches us that redemption is overrated when you can just enjoy a random slice of life with a side of chaos.
So this all-time classic film actually showcases a few drinks that we thought would be really fun to make cocktails after. Now the first one is called the Serious Gourmet Shit.
Garçon, coffee!
And the second one is the $5 shake. We're including bourbon at no extra charge.
That's a bold statement.
All right, Ramblers, let's get rambling. Time to make some serious gourmet shit.
For the ingredients, you're gonna need your favorite whiskey, an orange Amaro, like Aperol, coffee liqueur, we're using St. George's, but if you want it sweeter, you can use Kahlua, Coco Bitters, Black Walnut Bitters, and hot coffee. We're using Nespresso.
In a coffee mug, combine 1.5 ounces of whiskey, 1 ounce Aperol or an orange Amaro, 1 ounce of coffee liqueur, 3 dashes of Coco Bitters, and 2 dashes of walnut bitters. Sweeten to taste. Place the coffee mug in a bath of boiling water and aerate for 1 minute while espresso is pulling. Pour in espresso. Froth for 30 seconds and serve. And here is the Serious Gourmet Shit.
Why don't you take a drink?
Oh, I think I will.
This is some serious gourmet shit.
So in this movie, Jimmy is serious about his coffee.
I'm the one who buys it. I know how good it is.
It's bold.
Yes.
This is very bold. Like, we didn't sweeten it. There's no creamer or anything in it. People enjoy coffee so many different ways.
It's an interesting point.
We actually have, I believe, a cool version of this, which we'll probably put in the description below.
Yes.
We'll put it in the description below. Some people load it up with sugar, so much sugar that the spoon stands up straight. Other people, they like their creamer, they like almond milk, oat milk. I mean, people go wild.
Lots of cream, lots of sugar.
Couple things to note by way of technique. We aerated the alcohol.
I thought so.
And the reason why is to smooth it out. So my favorite way of smoothing out alcohol is, of course, chilling to the nth degree. Because we're not chilling it, it's a hot cocktail.
Yes.
It's important to aerate it in order to smooth it out. Otherwise, it would be really punchy.
You feel that sting, big boy, huh?
If you want to have real fun with it, I mean, think about all the different things you could add.
Example.
We talked about Bailey's Irish Cream.
Yeah.
You know, they have salted caramel stuff, and beyond Bailey's, you know, think about some Creme De Menthe or Rumple Mints and stuff. And you do have to be a little careful, I think, with alcohol and the higher alcohol, right?
Don't you hate that?
Definitely use the increments that we're using. So you could swap out the whiskeys for like rum, or
Sure, yeah.
that would be delicious, a spiced rum.
Yeah.
You could swap out the Aperol for Creme De Menthe, for if you want something berry noted, like Sloe Gin would actually be tasty.
That would be really interesting.
Look, my friend, this is just where you and I differ.
So there's a lot of play there. I would say we did the work for you in figuring out the right increments.
You're welcome.
You can just change it up.
Now, there's another cocktail in this film that probably comes to mind for a lot of people,
It's possible.
and that is the $5 shake.
Yes, but before we do the $5 shake, if you like what we're doing here, we would really appreciate it if you would like this video and subscribe. We need those subscribers. And also shoot us a comment. Tell us what you're doing with your coffee and what you do with this next one, which is a shake.
The $5 shake, and yeah, we'll probably put some bourbon in it.
I'm ready. Let's do it right now, right here.
For the ingredients, you can use your favorite ice cream, toasted coconut milk powder or malted milk powder, bourbon, amaretto, creme de banana, your favorite whipped topping, and a maraschino cherry.
In a large mixing glass or blender jar, combine 1.5 ounces of bourbon, 1/2 ounce of amaretto, 1/4 ounce of creme de banana, 5 ounces of vanilla ice cream by weight, and 3 tablespoons of toasted coconut milk powder or malted milk powder. Blend until creamy, and pour into a fountain glass. Top with whipped topping. maraschino cherry. Serve with a straw.
And here we have the $5 shake. With bourbon, of course.
Yes, looks delicious.
Would you like to try it, my dear?
I do.
Yummy.
It's definitely a bourbony one,
Okay.
but it's really delicious and super dangerous. Do you want to give it a try?
I think I do.
You can use my straw. I don't have cooties.
Cooties you're gonna have to handle. Yeah, that is absolutely delicious.
Yeah.
I think John Travolta of Vincent Vega was really onto something when he asked Buddy Holly.
You don't put bourbon in or nothing?
So I'm one of those people who doesn't really like banana or the artificial flavor, I guess, of banana in a lot of things.
I'll be damned.
But here, it really upped and kind of accentuates all the other flavors. So it's not overpowering. If you don't like that flavor, don't worry. I think you're actually really gonna like it because it brings up a lot of the other flavors.
Yeah, and speaking of flavors, this recipe lends itself to a lot of different flavor combinations or a lot
Absolutely.
of different flavor ideals.
Which is very similar to kind of what we wanted to do with the coffee. Maybe we bring the coffee back in.
Yeah,
'cause,
let's go ahead and
you
bring
know,
that in.
Why not?
Funny, I was thinking the same thing.
Well, really with the $5 shake, you could do a whole mix of different ice creams. She goes with the Martin and Lewis. You could go Amos and Andrew. You could do mint chocolate chip.
You sure?
Lots of different flavor combinations. You can even change out the alcohols.
I mean, you know I don't. How much, a lot or a little?
Again, stick with our
Kind of ratio measurements.
ratio, yeah, in our recipe. If you put too much alcohol or too high of an alcohol content in this milkshake, it'll get really watery really fast.
Yeah.
It'll melt that ice cream super fast.
And just won't be as fun.
Yeah, it won't be as creamy. It won't be the milkshake that you were expecting.
What a jip.
Now, both of these drinks are in the movie, which is kind of rare for what we do. A lot of times, we'll create a drink, it's based off a character or a location or a scene in a movie or an explosion. But these are actually, the $5 shake is in there. We took a little creative liberty with the Serious Gourmet shit, but that's kind of also in there as well.
This is a great opportunity for us to make a good black coffee drink, which I think the world needed, as well as a boozy fountain drink.
100%.
One of the most influential movies, I think, of all time, really, like what it did, 1994, really just changed the landscape of movie, independent filmmaking, and was highly influential on me. I was a huge fan of Quentin Tarantino.
I seriously doubt that.
He is, in a weird way, influential in this channel because
Yeah.
it's why I went to film school, and it's why I do little videos like this, and we put them online on YouTube, and it's so cool to have a platform, and awesome people like you are watching it, and hopefully making these cocktails.
Yeah, and I think that the storytelling in this movie is sort of monumentous and interesting.
Go on!
Storytelling in books and literature and things like that. Usually we find it in very sequential order. In this story, he's like grabbing moments in time and like pulling them together. And same thing with people, same thing with the characters,
Right.
which I found fascinating.
Yeah, it was such a unique way to tell a story, telling it out of order, having all these storylines and characters that interweave that normally wouldn't maybe cross paths. The pop culture references, the dialogue.
Bring out the gimp.
I think on that note, we are gonna sign off here. We'll probably have some more Quentin Tarantino movies down the road that we'll come up with cocktails for. Let us know what one you guys might want us to do next because there's a few of them to choose from.
Yeah, tell us what storylines you think would be interesting to make cocktails for.
Man, I don't even have an opinion.
And on that note, we're gonna cheers and then we're gonna dance it off.
All right. Cheers.
It's my favorite dance. Cut to black.
Oh, I'll cut the black way before that.